Now on CoastTV News.
Plans scrapped in Sussex County. How locals feel about Royal Farms no longer coming to town. Some upgrades could be coming to the O City Convention Center. What town leaders have in mind? And some mobile homeowners in Ocean City find themselves in a tough spot. Why insurance changes have them worried about the future of their homes. And a bit later, 2 lucky Delawareans cash in. Find out how much these local lottery winners took home.
It's going to be a gloomy start to our weekend, tracking a few scattered showers into our Saturday, but a brighter, cooler end. Your latest forecast is in minutes.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Plans for a Royal Farms on Route 24 are now a no-go. Good evening, I'm Christina D. Robertus. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with some canceled plans in Lewis. The proposal for adding a Royal Farms gas station on Angola Road and Route 24 has been withdrawn. Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy tells us some are happy about this, but others say more gas stations are always useful.
Royal Farms provides gas and service to cars every single day. But plans for one to be built on Angola Road and Route 24 are off the table. Doc Gaston has lived in Lewis for the past few years. He says there is no need for another gas station.
I just feel like there's 3 up the road by past Baywood, then you got the 2 on Coastal Highway. I think we're more than enough that's here. I don't see a need for it. I mean, unless there's enough competition as it is. I just think there's other things that are more important than gas stations.
DelDOT says it was a land use decision and they have not been provided with a specific reason for the withdrawal.
DelDOT says this was just a proposal plan, so they didn't have a study done on the traffic impact this business would have. But Sussex County says the attorney who filed for the proposal is the one who withdrew it.
Doug Hild recently moved to the area and has become a big fan of Royal Farms. He says he's upset that there won't be another location to go to.
It's another stop point for people to, check in, get some gas, whatever they need. That would be nice. You can never have enough gas stations around, right? And I love Royal Farms chicken. Everything about it's great. So, I was excited about it.
There is no information just yet on what could potentially replace Royal Farms in this location. In Lewis, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.
Police are searching for an escaped inmate in Sussex County tonight. The Department of Corrections says Shane Windell did not return to the Sussex Community Correction Center from a work pass yesterday. A warrant has been issued and officials say he's convicted of impersonating a public official. He's described as around 6 feet tall and 160 pounds. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact local police. In Ocean City, big changes could be on the horizon for the convention center, but they do come with a hefty price tag. Monday, City Council will decide if renovation plans move forward. Coast TV's Kevin Zapay gives us a look at what's in store and just how much it might cost.
The convention center is one of the hot spots here in Ocean City. People from around the country come to this building for events, and Michael Cahill is no exception.
I'm down here next week is bike week. I'm here this week for a convention. There's concerts, there's other events that happen right here. And without the convention center, you wouldn't have a place to hold those big events.
With events happening throughout the year, such as the Ocean City Car Show and Boat Event, upgrades to make experiences better are being considered. The Ocean City Council are looking to put over $3 million into the center. But where will the money go towards?
After talking to the Ocean City Council, they told Coast TV that the money would go towards a new generator, small improvements, but mainly the replacement of the roof.
The town will use general obligation bonds of fiscal year 2025 to cover the costs of the project, and will decide Monday on whether or not to move forward with the plans. With people constantly using the convention center, Cahill thinks it's a no-brainer.
Anytime you do a roof on any building, it adds value. And it's there for safety, stops leaks and that kind of stuff from, different weather events, rain, snow, so forth.
If the Ocean City Council decides to approve the project, then the first reading of the bond ordinance will be September 16th. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
And another project Ocean City is considering is improving the golf course clubhouse, which would cost $1.2 million. Ocean City has many projects and considerations in the works, so stay tuned for updates on these possible improvements. Well, staying in Ocean City, some mobile homeowners are finding themselves in a bit of a sticky situation. Mobile homes that are more than 20 years old are no longer being covered by home insurance. Insurance companies see those as more of a risk, and this makes it tougher for homeowners to sell or qualify for a mortgage. The problem impacts about 25 to 30% of homes in Montego Bay, and it has some people living there worried.
People coming in, it affects the marketability, it affects the affordability, and it's a huge problem for a lot of folks.
Ocean City is working with the state of Maryland to find possible solutions. Well, the Lewis Parks and Rec Commission would like to know how people feel about outdoor recreation at Great Marsh Park, which is home to the Lewis Unleashed Dog Park and the location of the Lewis Community Garden. The commission is reaching out for comments, input, and requests about the concept plan. It's recommended to review the Great Marsh Park conceptual plan from October 2022 before answering the survey, and surveys will be accepted until September 30th. Let's take a live look now into Ocean City. Our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us now with a look at our weather. Chris, good evening.
Good evening, Christina, and a pleasant good evening, Del Mar. And it was kind of a tale of 2 days. We started the day rather cloudy. We had some low-level moisture, some mist at the coast, and then we kind of rallied there towards the end of the day with some sunshine. And we were below average today for the most part. 80 degrees, Georgetown. We saw 77 Ocean City, 81 Salisbury, and 81 over in Cambridge. Right now, though, relatively uniform temperatures from coast to inland. We're not going to see much of a difference from the coast to inland as far as temperatures concerned tonight. We're going to see increasing clouds, and then we're going to talk about some showers into our Saturday. But we are dry for the most part. This is what we're focusing our attention on, this cold front that's going to be pushing to the east and ushering in a few shower chances into our Saturday afternoon. Then some nice cool fall-like air. Right now, though, Dover seeing 71 degrees, dew point 67, so it's a bit on the muggy, damp side, and we are seeing those winds still out of the east. We're going to call it mostly cloudy through the overnight, only falling into the mid to upper 60s. Now, the weekend will start off rather damp, scattered showers. Not going to be a complete washout of a Saturday, but we are going to keep a close eye on those showers. Sunday is going to be absolutely spectacular, and then we're going to see high pressure pretty much dominate for most of next week. We'll track the showers on Futurecast, and we'll talk more about the temperatures next week in my full 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, as we learn more details about the Appalachia High School shooting in Georgia that left 4 people dead, both presidential tickets are weighing in on what can be done to prevent future tragedies. Julia Benbrook has the latest on the gun control discussion.
This school shooting is pushing the topic of gun safety back to the forefront on the campaign trail. While the Democratic ticket is making the case for stricter gun safety legislation, the Republican ticket is suggesting the focus should be on tighter security in schools.
While speaking to a crowd shortly after the deadly school shooting in Georgia this week, Vice President Kamala Harris issued a call to action against gun violence.
We've got to stop it. And we have to end this epidemic of gun violence in our country once and for all. It doesn't have to be this way.
On the campaign trail, Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, spoke on some of the potential changes he'd like to see.
You no longer get to put out your thoughts and prayers when you can do things like we did in Minnesota, having background checks, having red flag laws, and moving towards a ban on these types of weapons.
Former President Donald Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, says he doesn't believe stricter gun laws will solve the problem.
You've got some states with very strict gun laws, and you've got some states that don't have strict gun laws at all. And the states with strict gun laws, they have a lot of school shootings.
Instead, Vance is making the case for tighter security in schools.
I don't like this. I don't like to admit this. I don't like that this is a fact of life. But if you are a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets. And we have got to bolster security at our schools.
According to a CNN analysis, the shooting is at least the 45th school shooting in 2024. Of the school shootings this year, 32 have been reported on K-12 campuses and 13 on university and college campuses.
Data published by Everytown for Gun Safety shows that Georgia has some of the weakest gun laws in the country. In 2022, the state repealed its last foundational policy by passing permitless carry legislation. The group also found that gun violence rates are generally higher in states with looser laws. Reporting at the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
All right, well, we're just getting started here at 11. Coming up, more news out of Ocean City. A new museum opened today. We'll tell you what's inside. But first, whether you're searching for a new pet or some new artwork, there are plenty of cool things to do this weekend.
We're tracking a cold front moving through Saturday, so we are watching a threat for showers in the afternoon. But look at that in Crisfield on Sunday, struggling to get out of the 60s. We're going to talk about a taste of fall in that 7-day forecast when CoastTV News at 11 continues.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, and swim spas from 5 major brands at huge savings. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Marty Rendon is ready. Building on his legislative work in Congress and UNICEF, Marty chairs the Legislative Committee of our Delaware Human and Civil Rights Commission, and he knows how to unpack the issues that matter most to you: traffic, healthcare, education, overdevelopment, and more. Marty's ready to fight for his neighbors in the greater Lewis, Rehoboth, and Dewey Beach communities.
The only baggage I carry is yours.
Vote Marty Rendon on September 10th.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs and swim spas from 5 major brands and up to 50% off. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Well, we saw mostly cloudy skies throughout most of your Friday. We did see some sunshine late in the day, and right now, though, temperatures are only holding in the upper 60s to around that 70-degree mark. So it is going to be a rather mild and muggy night. We're still seeing those dew points upper 60s to low 70s, and we're going to be dealing with the mugginess at least for tomorrow. Also, we still have that rip current threat at the coast through Saturday. Moderate risk of rip currents there. Also, that small craft advisory continues through Sunday morning for winds as high as 25 to 30 miles an hour. Well, most of the peninsula is dry right now. Watching this cold front back off to the west, not all that impressed. And we're not going to be it's not really loaded with a lot of moisture, and we're not going to be dealing with any severe weather. In fact, this is actually going to kind of fall apart as it pushes more off to the west. And we have this system off to our south here. This is going to kind of skirt off the coast. So we're kind of be between systems here. If they were going to merge, then we'd be talking about a lot more rainfall. But we're going to be dealing with just that cold front tomorrow. 80 degrees was our high today. We were 2 degrees shy of the average. Record 96 at just back in 2023. So overnight, could see some patchy fog, some areas of drizzle, maybe a stray shower, but otherwise we're mostly cloudy. And if you're heading out to the Shore Living Expo tomorrow, be there. Say hi to yours truly. Christina will be there. And some of your other favorite Coast TV personalities. We'll see a few showers breaking out after about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But again, a mild and muggy afternoon. Could touch 80 in some locations if we get some sun breaking through those clouds ahead of the front. Could see some areas like Salisbury top out at 80, 70, 78 there in Crisfield. So Futurecast shows a few areas of spotty drizzle through the early morning hours. I think most of the morning is dry. It's after about 1, 2 o'clock we begin to see that moisture roll through, possibly a broken line of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, maybe a brief downpour between about 4 and 6. And then by 8 o'clock it's clear, and we're already seeing winds out of the northwest. Skies will clear tomorrow night, setting the stage for a cool, crisp Sunday morning. High pressure builds in through next week, and I'll tell you what, you better have your sunglasses in place next week because we're going to be dealing with a lot of sunshine. And then by Tuesday and Wednesday, that high is going to slide off to our south. We'll see temperatures rebound back into the 80s. So we'll have a moderate risk of rip currents if you're heading to the coast over the next 2 days. I'll tell you what, Sunday's going to be chilly in some locations. 69 there in Ocean City, mostly sunny skies, and we're going to see a high of 75 there by the tail end of the weekend. 65 overnight, mostly cloudy, damp, a stray shower. Scattered showers in the afternoon, 79. We're at 73, a taste of fall, a sunny, crisp day. Congratulations to our umbrella winner, David Goff of Millville, Delaware. You were a winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. As I mentioned, Christina, a lot of sunshine in that 7-day forecast once we get past the showers tomorrow.
Sounds good. Well, if you're craving chocolate, hunting for art, or looking for a new furry friend, there are plenty of events and activities to be a part of. It's time to lock in your weekend plans. Here's your cool things to do. From sweet treats to cultural beats, there's plenty to do this weekend. Check out all that makes Delmarva a great place to live at the Shore Living Expo on Saturday. The event celebrates health, wealth, and home on Delmarva. It's from 10 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. And satisfy your sweet tooth and taste some homemade chocolate in Cape Henlopen State Park from 1 to 4 Saturday. Proceeds benefit the Friends of Cape Henlopen and nature programs for students. Looking for a new furry family member? Brandywine Valley SPCA is waiving adoption fees at all of its locations for the annual Clear the Shelters event. Celebrate history and culture at the annual Nanacoke Indian Powwow on Saturday and Sunday in Milton. The 2-day event will include traditional music, dance, and Native American crafts and food. And hit the Bethany Beach Boardwalk Saturday for the annual Arts Festival. More than 100 artists will be showcasing and selling their art from 10 to 5. For event schedules, tickets, and more, go to our website and click on the Cool Things to Do tab. All right, and here's one more cool thing to do in Ocean City. A new museum opened up today in a building that was once known as the Bank of Ocean City. Today, it celebrated its official opening as the Ocean City Museum Society and the town of Ocean City cut the ribbons. Joseph Kurtz, who managed the construction of the museum, says this project defines Ocean City as a community.
Throughout my career in engineering and construction management, I built shopping centers and houses and things like that, and it was all fine. But this is something that everybody can use and everybody can be part of. In fact, it was a community effort.
The museum will feature history about the bank, artifacts that were found in that building, and a display of restaurants and hotels in Ocean City. Well, coming up next, efforts to commemorate 9/11 begin tonight in Ocean City. But first, what one former flight attendant does each year to honor the lesser-known heroes of 9/11.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
There's no issue where politicians, Republicans and Democrats, have failed more than immigration. A crisis at the southern border, drugs flooding our communities. We need leaders who reject toxic politics and get stuff done. Larry Hogan knows how to get results. In the Senate, Hogan will be the key independent swing vote to secure our border and fix the broken immigration system. He's a proven leader. Larry Hogan for Maryland.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
Rural communities are on the front lines of a changing climate. Farmers can implement climate-smart practices that improve soil health, nutrient management, and energy efficiency. These practices improve our profitability, resiliency, and help to open new markets.
We know voluntary conservation works and are committed to working with farmers and forest landowners to leverage resources to increase climate resiliency through conservation practices. To learn more about climate-smart practices, scan this QR code to find your local USDA service center.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Delaware needs campaign finance reform like HB 292. So why is Bethany Hall Long silent? maybe because she broke the law. An investigation by a former FBI chief confirms Hall Long paid herself nearly $300,000 from her campaign, then falsified records and lied about doing an audit. Tell Bethany Hall Long to support Campaign Finance Reform Bill HB 292. Paid for by Change Can't Wait PAC. Learn more about Change Can't Wait PAC at elections.delaware.gov.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Tomorrow is the big day. We just want to remind you one more time about the Shore Living Expo at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center tomorrow from 10 to 4. The event celebrates health, wealth, and home on Delmarva, and really just all that makes Delmarva a great place to live. So I'll be there. Hope to see you there. Well, Ocean City is commemorating the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks starting tonight. Here's some video of crews setting up the twin remembrance beams of light. The official lighting ceremony took place earlier this evening at 8 p.m., and those beams will shine until September 12th. They're located at the Firefighters Memorial on the Ocean City Boardwalk. For one flight attendant, memories of 9/11 hit hard. He was almost directly impacted, and he's been doing something very unique each year to help remind others. John Craven has a story.
On Tuesday morning,
look at, I got firemen escort me.
Paul Veneto arrived in Bridgeport to a hero's welcome.
God bless you, sir. Appreciate you being here.
Amen. Veneto is a man on a mission, pushing an airline beverage cart 220 miles from Boston's Logan Airport to the World Trade Center site, the same path as American Flight 11.
I mean, they weren't trained for any of that.
It's all to honor his fellow flight attendants who died on 9/11.
The weather doesn't bother me. You know why? Because I have every option in the world out here. Those crew members didn't have any options, you know?
Veneto lost 9 of his colleagues that day, 9 of his friends. He would have been one of them had the attacks happened just hours earlier.
I came in the night before. I landed at 8 o'clock in Boston. I got off the airplane. The next morning, I knew the crew that was on that plane that hit the second tower.
And you hear about all these other stories of, a firefighter who called in sick that day, or, had to, wait for his wife to come home, so he was late and ended up not being there on that day.
This is the 4th Paulie's push. He's traced a different flight path each year, including Shanksville, Pennsylvania last year. But with the 25th anniversary of 9/11 approaching, Veneto says it's time to hand the cart off.
Let the community push the cart for 3 days, school kids, anybody, and let them, and then it goes to the next town and the next town, so everybody gets involved in it.
A push to honor 9/11's lesser-known heroes.
9/11 is still the deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Nearly 3,000 people died that day. Coming up next, some new data about American driving habits.
Well, we are going to be seeing some showers tomorrow afternoon, so maybe you hold the golf off till Sunday because those showers are going to be around. It's going to be a rather muggy day. Temperatures topping out around that 80-degree mark. We'll talk more about the Sunshine Sunday and that 10-day forecast a little bit later on.
Tacoma has a dominant legacy as America's favorite small pickup for almost 2 decades. Known for reliability and capability. Now buy a Tacoma with low 4.99 APR or lease an SR for $279 a month.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
The American black duck is an iconic species well known throughout the Delmarva Peninsula. Although the population is currently stable, they're well below their population goals and they're considered a species of concern. The USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service looks to increase and restore black duck habitat throughout the Delmarva Peninsula.
I utilize the Working Lands for Wildlife program to help transform a low-lying wet area into waterfowl habitat.
To learn more about the Working Lands for Wildlife program, contact your local USDA Service Center.
At the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, like myself in flooring, to ensure you get the best product to fit your needs and that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
They worked with me, gave me different options, kept within that budget, completed it on time. Delmarva Design Center was awesome.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
In Delaware, a family earning $67,000 a year pays the same tax rate as one making $67 million. I'm Matt Meyer, and you don't have to be a former math teacher to know that's an outrage. As governor, I'll make the super wealthy pay more in taxes so working people can pay less. By making state taxes more fair, we'll help more families get ahead. It's not just smart math, it's the right thing to do.
Democrat Matt Meyer for governor.
The work we do at Delaware Electric Cooperative is driven by one goal: providing our members with the most affordable and reliable power possible. The co-op is committed to maintaining and improving our system through the use of innovative technologies. Our Beat the Peak program helps keep rates affordable when the cost to produce power is highest. Each year, we give back capital credits to our members as a return on their investment in us. At DEC, members matter most. And that's why we keep the lights on.
AAA's Foundation for Traffic Safety is out with its annual survey on American driving habits. And knowing how much Americans drive and who is doing the driving could help experts understand more about traffic deaths across the country. The survey found that in total, Americans are collectively driving around 2.7 trillion miles each year. That's like taking 500 round trips between Earth and Neptune. It also found that driving has bounced back from the pandemic, estimating that about 95% of Americans say they drive occasionally. AAA says people mostly behind the wheel tend to be drivers with less education, while people with higher education and likely access to hybrid jobs are driving less. Additionally, the most at-risk driving group, teens, are driving older cars on the road that come with fewer safety features.
Look at the numbers. We have found that Americans tend to drive about 2 trips a day, make about 2 trips a day, averaging about 30 miles, and they spend about an hour on the road. 30% of that is for daily errands, and about a quarter of it is for commuting to and from work.
Well, the Delaware Lottery Office has announced 4 lucky winners, 2 of them from downstate. Someone from Felton won $15,000 in a double-sided dollar scratch-off, and someone from Millsboro walked away with $20,000, also from a scratch-off. There were also 2 other winners, both from Wilmington. They received $25,000 and $10,000. Congrats. Well, certain towns and cities on Delmarva are known for their unique slogans, like Lewis, first town in the first state. And now Milton is trying to get a tagline of its own. Town officials hope that this will help create a more appealing image of the community and bring in some visitors. The town is currently trying to decide between 2 phrases. So one of them, walkable, livable, unforgettable, or charming, welcoming, thriving. Milton says the decision between the 2 phrases will be discussed and possibly voted on at Monday's town council meeting. The U.S. labor market picked back up in August after a surprisingly weak jobs report the month before. According to data released Friday by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, employers added an estimated 142,000 jobs last month. So that marks stronger growth than July's worrisome low number of 89,000 jobs. Job gains in August inched the unemployment rate down from 4.3% to 4.2%. The month's total is lower than what economists expected, but it is in line with the job growth seen during the past 3 months. We have some good news for drivers heading into the weekend. You will likely be paying less for gas. On Thursday, prices in the U.S. fell to a 6-month low of $3.31 per gallon. According to AAA, that's down 50 cents from last year. Today, the average in Delaware is $3.15, and in Maryland, it's $3.22. Some financial experts are predicting 9 states will drop below $3 in the next 2 weeks. All eyes are on the Eagles' unique season opener tonight. It's going on right now. The Philadelphia Eagles playing abroad, taking on the Green Bay Packers in Brazil. We just want to remind you one more time, this game being broadcast exclusively on the streaming service Peacock, and CoastTV has no decision in the airing of this game on our station. But Sunday Night Football, you will be able to see on CoastTV. It's the Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams. Coverage begins on CoastTV at 7 o'clock. Coming up next, Selena Gomez is now a billionaire. How she acquired that level of wealth.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs, cold therapy tubs, and swim spas from 5 major brands at huge savings. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Mediacom Mobile. You'll love the service and the savings. Unbeatable nationwide coverage. Unlimited data. Unbelievably affordable. Switch and save 30% or more over the top 3 mobile providers. Get unlimited mobile for just $40 per line per month. Bam! No hidden fees, no contracts. Switching is cake. Keep your phone, keep your number, everything you love, except the big bill. Mediacom Mobile. Call or shop online.
When MAGA extremists took away our rights, Kyle Evans-Gay took action.
Kyle fought for her daughters and ours in the state Senate, delivering the strongest abortion protections in Delaware history.
She took on the NRA to ban assault weapons and protect our communities.
Led on securing our vote and our democracy.
I'm Kyle Evans-Gay, and I'm running for lieutenant governor because a new generation will champion reproductive freedom and fight for our families. Let's do this, Delaware.
Hi, I'm Joel Wharton, Sussex County farmer. Don't wait until after harvest to plant your cover crops. Consider broadcasting or interseeding cover crops into your standing cash crop. Early establishment provides more growth potential and more soil armor over winter. It also saves time because after harvest, the cover crop is already growing and protecting the soil, cycling nutrients, and preventing erosion. To learn more about the benefits and ways to establish cover crops early, contact the Sussex Conservation District because every acre counts.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Browse over 30 hot tubs and swim spas from 5 major brands and up to 50% off. Financing is available and admission is free. That's this weekend only at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Visit hottubexpo.com.
Well, Selena Gomez can now add becoming a billionaire to her long list of achievements. According to Bloomberg, Gomez's net worth is now $1.3 billion. Some of her wealth comes from singing, brand partnerships, and acting, but the vast majority is tied to her makeup line, Rare Beauty.
That is a lot of money. Live look into Ocean City, 70 degrees, a nice tranquil, calm look here. It will be a muggy night. Can't rule out a stray shower, but we are going to remain mostly cloudy, and your sunrise forecast will be cloudy, damp, 65 degrees. That sunrise at 6:34, and we will be dealing with mostly cloudy skies. We are tracking a cold front, bringing showers through, but check out Sunday. Mostly sunny skies, a spectacular day, 73 degrees, and plenty of sunshine once we get past the cloud cover and the showers Saturday. We are going to see that UV index at high levels right through next week. And remember, you get your forecast at any time by calling 443-880-9100, and that is sponsored by Barn, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. Well, Christina, a lot of suns in that extended forecast and remaining quite dry after we get past the shower threat tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more local news and weather, download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great night.